Good morning from California, everyone, and welcome to IT. We have a very international audience today and our Mentor Monday. It's a wonderful day that we always look forward to hear from a very special person for our mentor, our friend, our and guided. It's just a pleasure always to have him with us and be able to get in touch and receive all his guidance. So please welcome our Platino and the Platinos, Dave Daughtrey from San Diego, California. Thank you, Dave. Welcome.
Thank you, Elena, and thank you everyone for joining in today. We've got a quaint group, which is fine. I always say that this business is about quality. And so if you're here, I appreciate it. And that means that you actually are someone interested in building the business and learning and growing, developing all those wonderful things that it takes to be successful. And I understand it's vacation time, so some people might be vacationing, enjoying time with family, which of course is understandable because family first. But we're a family too, so we come together and we share ideas and thoughts. And Monday is the day that we kind of kick off the week, and we have Mentor Monday. Mentor Monday in English, Mentor Monday in Spanish, and now we're doing it in Portuguese actually in the afternoon as well. And so I look forward to Mentor Mondays because it's an opportunity for me to connect with everybody and hopefully provide, share, and even learn from all of you as well, because this is meant to be a community effort. We're a team, but this is about, again, developing. And, I spend a lot of my time thinking, when I'm doing my exercise, walking, taking my dog to the beach or whatever, and I have time, my brain's always going. I'm thinking about things. And recently, Jillian had sent over a presentation that we're working on, and it begins with a surfer catching a wave, and it says, catch the wave. And then that kind of led in our discussion, we were talking about, catching the wave. And we hear that a lot. Catch the wave, this is coming along and that's going to happen. It's happening. Well, I've been hearing catch the wave for a long time. And so I started thinking about, okay, those are wave catchers. Who makes the wave? What about wave makers? And the reason I thought about this is because after being in network marketing for so long and observing the millionaires, and I know a lot of millionaires from network marketing, all right, other companies, and well, I've got over 200 of them in 4Life. So I ask myself, what's the difference between them and others? I've been in 4Life long enough to see the 4Life revolving door. People come, people go. All right. An analogy that I like to use is 4Life's like this big high rise, and at the top is the penthouse. That's the dream, to get to the penthouse and have that lifestyle. But the elevator, the reception, and I was in a hotel, by the way, in Miami once, and it was like this. The reception is like up on the 12th floor. So you've got to actually get to the 12th floor just to get to the reception to take the elevators up to any room. Well, just pretend that revolving door, people are coming in and people are coming out. And in the lobby downstairs, the entry, people are mingling and talking. And that's kind of how our business is. People are coming and going all the time. They come in and they listen and they may learn and they're using their products and so forth. And many of them exit the revolving door and just go back to life the way things were before. Then there are those that hang out and they start paying attention. It's like, you know what? All right, I want to get to that penthouse. But you got to get, if you really want to do it, you've got to get up to that 12th floor where the reception is. And I like to consider that kind of like bronze, let's say. And you have to climb stairs, 12 flights of stairs to get to bronze. But when you get to bronze, you're going to get a key. They're going to give you a key to get in the elevator. Now, which is harder work? Climbing 12 floors of stairs or standing in an elevator going up to the penthouse? That's kind of how this business is. It's a lot of work climbing those stairs getting to builder, getting to diamond, diamond elite, presidential elite, and then bronze. When you're bronze, you've got some structure going on now. You've got some presidentials in two separate lines. You've got diamonds down there. You have at least 4 diamonds, 2 presidentials to make you a bronze. You're doing over 20,000 life points of business, certainly more because that's in 3 levels. And so at that point, the base of your business is not set in stone, but it's established. It's there. And you just have to continue to drive your business. So the point is, though, we're talking about wave makers and wave catchers. This journey to the penthouse, it's cyclical. Now, that elevator up to the penthouse, that might be a bad analogy because the elevator doesn't always go up. You know, that's a good analogy. Elevators go down. You might happen to hit a floor on the way up, and all of a sudden somebody gets in and they're going down. And you go down a floor, then you go up a couple floors, and you might go down 3, and then you go up 2, and then you go up 1 more. But the point is, you keep on hitting those buttons to go up, 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 up. Those are the wave makers. I've seen that in 4Life now for 26 years. What it means, everything is cyclical. We go through ups and downs. The journey to success is not a straight line up. And unfortunately, in our industry, a lot of people think it is. And so they'll just jump into something that seems hot and ride that wave. And when it's not hot anymore, they'll go look for another wave to ride. In the process, they lose credibility because who knows how long that next wave will be. It's like, come over here, and people follow them. Come over here. No, let's go over there now. The grass is greener. There's a wave over there. Let's get on that wave. And I understand, everybody wants to catch a wave, and there's really nothing wrong with catching a wave. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to make the waves and ride the waves that you make, and then get other people to come and catch that wave that you've made, and then teach them how to make a wave? If you can become a wave maker, you can make endless amounts of waves. And there will be people that come and catch them. Some will just ride that wave until it breaks and the wave dies. You've all seen a wave break on the ocean and it just crashes and dies. Well, when that happens, a lot of people don't know how to make a wave. And frankly, they may not wait for someone else to make a wave. And so they move on. I've seen that in 4Life, even after COVID. I've got some people that were involved before COVID and they rode that wave. And when the wave crashed, it was like, okay, 4Life, I guess now, I was making a couple $1,000s a month and now it's down to $500. You know what? That doesn't mean that the company isn't doing their job. They are. They're providing, they're developing, they're researching, creating, and they're even providing more incentives. Look at the whole new 3 months of rapid rewards, daily pay. When you sponsor somebody for 3 months on every order they place, you get paid every day. 4Life didn't do that before. So they're consistently looking for ways to help us out. So let's talk about these differences between wave makers and wave catchers. A wave maker declares themselves, first of all. What do I mean by declaring yourself? You're not afraid to tell people what you're going to do, what you're doing, all right? By telling friends, family, your relatives, your coworkers, business friends, business associates, by telling them, you lay yourself out there. It's more than a commitment. It's a declaration. And when you do that, I look at it this way. I'm telling you because I'm climbing this mountain of success. I'm going to build this business. I love this company. I love these products. I love these people. I love what they stand for. I love the culture. I can see myself climbing this mountain, and I'm inviting you. You see, when you declare yourself, everything becomes a bit different. It's really not even work. Everything's simplified because it becomes part of who you are. on a regular basis. And so by declaring yourself, all of a sudden it's like, you know what do I need to do if I'm declaring myself? I told everybody, well, now have you created the discipline, the habit of doing this business on every occasion possible? Understanding that with a declaration means there is no shutting your door. Now, I understand we all need a break now and then. Some people say, you know what? I even do that. I even say, you know what? I honestly, I did it today from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even look at my cell phone. Time for myself. I went out to the park with my dog. I was grounding. I was doing things for me so I could perform better during the day. But for the most part, my business is open all the time, 24 hours a day. It's open. Okay. So a person who declares themselves is someone who develops that habit, that when you're out and about and you meet someone, you're in casual conversation, just talking, you start a friendship. You're a networker. You've declared yourself a networker. So have the discipline, develop the habit to be a networker. And that doesn't mean you're a fanatic. It just means that you plant seeds on every occasion you can. That's our job. We're trying to get to 3 million new people in our For Life family, get into the homes of 3 million new people by 2030. That's David Lisenby's goal and what he's asked us to do. Now, we have to do it together. They're doing their part, paying us every day. They're providing great products like the new Age Pro. They've got incentive trips. They've got all kinds of things going on to help us. The app, everything to help us build the business. Are we doing our part? Am I doing my part? Are you doing your part? Those that have the discipline, those that declare themselves, those that make a little bit of noise, a wave is made by noise. So that means you're communicating with your people. You're saying, hey, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You're willing to help create that momentum, create the energy, getting people there, and at the same time, serving your people well. Let's talk about someone who's just a wave catcher. They show up for the party. That's nice. You have to get on the wave to ride it. That's great. And they'll invite some people. But when a hiccup comes along and there's a challenge or a problem, they start to crumble. They start to break. Rather than being a leader and saying, all right, every challenge can be overcome. Every problem can be tackled, can be fixed. Life is full of barriers. Life is full of challenges. So someone who just catches a wave, they tend to crack when it comes a challenge or when things take a downturn. Every business is going to have a downturn. I don't know any business personally that didn't go through ups and downs as it grew. That's just part of life, part of business. So rather than being just a wave catcher, and when a wave breaks, you're off doing something else, you say, you know what? The company didn't fail me. The products didn't fail me. My upline didn't fail me. And by the way, that was one of my promises when I joined For Life. My downline will never, ever be able to say that Dave failed us. So if you have that attitude, you're a wave maker, not a wave catcher. You see? Now, a wave catcher, let's say they happen to just kind of vanish. All right, because there's a down cycle, for whatever reason. People leave. And that happened after COVID. There were people that got involved because they saw immune system product. They saw, For Life, global business, and they saw to take advantage of an opportunity. And a lot of people had a misconception too. They thought they could buy product and sell it on eBay or Mercado Libre, or Amazon and undersell everybody, excuse me, because they had the ability to maybe buy $5,000 worth of product. Didn't work because we have policies and procedures. Doesn't allow to do that. Fair playing field. All right. So they left. Well, if you're a wave maker, you understand this concept. And this is something I really believe in big time. Everybody that joins your For Life team, your For Life family community makes a contribution. It might be a minimal contribution, and it could be an incredible contribution of becoming a platinum elite. So, the minimal contribution, you gave them a presentation, you learned something. Whoever gave them the presentation, is one step closer to getting somebody else, right? Every time you present, you learn. You learn something about people. That's a minimal contribution. More of a contribution would be they bought a product, they became a customer. Now, what I look for is their contribution to the people that they know. Because me as a wave maker, as an influencer, as a networker, my job is to get to people I don't know through people I do know. Like you, those of you that are with us right now. And thank you for joining. We have more people. I get to talk to people I don't know through people I do know. I've got a call this afternoon with Jillian and Dodie. Did I know Dodie a month ago? No. Did Jillian? Yeah. Claudia, did you know Dodie a month ago? I think Claudia knew Dodie years ago. All right. In fact, if I'm correct, Dodie trained you in Avon, or she was one of the trainers in Avon.
Sí, sí, espérate que me está hablando. Dave,
So,
sorry. Yeah, I did know Dodie. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
so again, I met Dodie through people that know Dodie. I met Helena through people that know Helena. In fact, is there one person on this call right now that knew me before For Life?
Dave, we're having an
Not
issue with
that-
a hacker.
the-
Dave,
Whoever's
one
throwing the
second.
porn in there.
Dave, yeah, we have a hacker. We need
Okay,
to
I just,
stop
please,
for a second.
I just removed him.
Okay.
We're going
yeah,
to
but
probably
he's gonna-
start using passwords.
Yeah.
Yes.
Co-host, don't let anybody in. We're gonna lock the meeting for a second so Dave can continue.
Or
Let's
we can
just
do
lock it.
that. We can set a time and lock it.
We're gonna lock it. Yeah, 1 second.
And that way if you get in, you're in. If you don't, you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can also, I removed them, by the way.
You remove them? Okay, can we lock the meeting? Where's that lock button?
Yeah, okay.
I remove
and report him.
You reported him? Thank you, Anna. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
this happens now very often with the Zoom environment. So I apologize. Thank you, Anna. Everybody that don't get disturbed. Just this is the
No, we
the
stay
world of
focused.
today.
We're
Yeah,
networkers.
So now it's locked. So I want everybody to take a deep breath. And Dave is going to continue. Now the meeting is locked. So nothing like that is going to happen. Let me just check that everybody
I'm
is
focusing
here.
on the camera
Yeah.
too. So
Dave,
I'm not even looking down. So
I just need to do a little quick note. I need Sulfur 8 to tell me who they are or to write me on the chat who they are, or I'm going to put them on the waiting room. Mr. or Mrs. Sulfur 8, you have a minute.
Not to get rid of them.
Yeah,
I'll get them
no,
out.
let me see. Yeah, Sulfur 8. I don't know you, so I'm sorry if you don't open your camera. We're going to put you in the waiting room. Anybody else? Give me a second.
Sulfur 8's gone.
So Ronnie, you have your camera off. I don't recognize your name. Can you please just let us know who? Oh, Ronnie, hi. Who invited you, please? Sorry. Hi, Ronnie. Can you unmute? Oh, sorry, I muted you again. I don't want to kick out the guests. Ronnie, you can take off your mic. Hi, Ronnie.
Hey,
you
Ronnie,
let
how
us
are
know?
you? It looks like he's doing a chat.
Oh yeah, he's trying to, that's it. That's the remove. Remove and report. Remove and report. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was, I had a few.
Did you lock it?
Jillian, did you lock the meeting?
No, I didn't. I just,
Can you help me lock it? I'm reporting.
yeah, I'm just trying to get the,
Okay,
1 second.
This is, thank you, Anna Rosillo. You're, okay. Dave, just a minute.
It's off now.
Yeah, it's locked, and this guy is reported as well. He has been here before. This person, I saw him before. Okay, Dave. That was a commercial break, and
Okay, so
go ahead.
back to wave makers and wave catchers. As I said earlier, my job as a networker is to meet people, bond with people, develop relationships with people I don't know, through people I do know. And all of you that are here today, I've met you through somebody else. That's networking. So a wave maker is someone who's not afraid of that. You overcome the fear of developing friendships. You learn how to build relationships and build trust. Well, it's not a difficult process. We're all adults. We've gone through childhood. We've made friends in school. We've made friends in college, maybe. We made friends at work, whatever you've done in life. Making friends is not a difficult thing. Developing the habit and the discipline to influence them to join you in business, that becomes a bit more, I'm not going to say difficult, challenging maybe a little bit. Not difficult, you see. You just simply learn how to inspire them. Inspiration comes from your actions. When you do something and you work hard at it, it becomes very inspiring to others. They're like, wow, look at what you're doing. I'm inspired. And even when you inspire people, they're not all going to come knocking on your door, banging your door down and saying, I want to get in too. I thought it was going to be that way, actually, and it's not. A lot of people just watch me and they're content doing that. That's okay. I'm looking for people that want to climb the mountain of success. So a wave maker is not afraid. A wave maker is someone who embraces challenges. They embrace change, trying something different. In other words, if you're afraid of something, picking up the phone and calling someone and giving them a presentation, you're willing to challenge yourself and do it, as opposed to just sitting back. Now, a wave maker also is a person that doesn't just look at their level one in the business. If you just look at level one, the people that you sponsor, and that's it, you know how big the wave's going to be that you create? Very tiny. I wouldn't even call it a wave. All right? You want to make an enormous wave. How do you do that? You start driving down deep. If you think about it, little teeny waves, those little ones that just are not even 6 inches high, is there a rip current in those? No. Those ones that are 30 feet high, 100 feet high, can you imagine the rip current, how deep it is underneath there? That's a wave. Same thing applies here, the same analogy. Driving down. That means you start developing friendships and relationships with people on level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In fact, I venture to say that there's not one person here that I sponsored. You're all on different levels of mine, and there's somebody in between us. I love them. They're wonderful. They're important to me. But I'm not going to make them be a wave maker. Now, some of them don't speak English, and that's why they're not on this call. They'll be on the one in Spanish at 1 o'clock. All right. So that's the difference, you guys, between a wave maker and a wave catcher. Wave catcher doesn't drive their business deep. They're not engaged on a consistent basis. This business requires consistency and discipline. Now, one thing I do want to say, being a wave catcher, I'm not making that a bad thing. I don't want you to think that. This is Mentor Monday, and we're talking about building your business to make millions of dollars, which I've done. I'm not trying to brag, but I have made tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars in this business with 4Life. The difference between making that kind of money and making a little bit of money really is the difference between a wave maker and a wave catcher. But I've got people that got into 4Life and they might have made $20,000, $30,000 over their career, and they're not here anymore because they rode the wave for 3, 4, or 5 years. And when it crashed, maybe somebody below them went to another company. Maybe somebody passed away from COVID and that builder's not there anymore. It's like, well, my builder's gone down there, so there's no one making a wave below me. So I guess, I'm out of here. No, learn to be a wave maker, you guys. And that's really what this is about. Make noise, declare yourself, drive your business, challenge yourself, accept challenges, develop friendships, develop relationships, build that trust with the people that you're working with. Upline serves the downline. Downline doesn't work for the upline. You guys don't work for me. I serve you. In other words, if I duplicate that concept of upline serving down, everybody serves their people well. Everybody, I wish everybody became a wave maker and started just driving and working and building, and they're making their calls, they're talking to new people, they're getting in new relationships, and they're getting people to open the door. So now you meet your people's people and people's people, and even people's people, and it goes on and on and on. That's how networking works. And frankly, there is no shortcut. There's the whole influencer thing. Yeah, if you can find someone, if they know they're an influencer, you're going to have to do a hard sell on them to get them to say, okay, I'll get on and start recommending all these products. And I'll talk to everybody about it. But chances are they're going to want you to pay them up front to do that. Give me the money, and so I'll do some talking. You have to be able to influence them enough to say, look, we've got a whole program for influencers. If you join our ambassador program, you'll get paid this much. And you don't even have to buy any product. Just share it, and you get 25%. There are those that will do it. I've got a guy in the Dominican Republic who's tapped into some pretty decent influencers, and they're making some okay money. You know, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month of added income just by talking about ProTF, transform products, maybe Aqua, whatever it is. You can be the influencer, though. And let me tell you, your influence and relationship development will be so much stronger than someone who gets on just TikTok and YouTube and does all that. They don't really have a relationship with their people. People come, that's a bigger revolving door. If you spend your time, if everybody learns the concept of getting out there and finding 3 key people in separate legs, 3 key people, and then some customers and a few people that are content on being, you know, diamonds. Maybe they're just those that need a part-time income, a few $100 a month. It's fine. But 3 key people, and you duplicate that with 3 wave makers, and they find 3 and they find 3, you're going to get to platinum elite. And you'll make more money than you can even imagine. I've seen it already. Who would have known that Miguel Bermudez, 94 years old, would be a platinum elite? 94 years old. It's because he has influence. Is anybody here in Miguel's downline? I know Marcos is. Is Marcos with us still? Marcos Barrios? Yeah, Marcos.
Yeah, Marcos still here.
Yes, I am. In fact, he have 60 years. They
96?
Yes, in the papers is 94.
Oh, he's 96.
Yes,
okay.
but it's very close to 100. Wow.
That's insane. But you know what? Now, does that inspire you guys? Is that inspiring? A man at 96 years old that worked his way to platinum elite, maintained his responsibilities in his church, because he's an apostle in his church. All right. Wonderful man. In fact, a lot of times when he gets up and speaks in front of a crowd, he just almost like scripture, you know, the way he reads. But that's very inspiring. That's how you inspire people. So, but yeah, I know Marcos, I saw you, and I knew that you were part of his organization. So anyhow, what I want to do now is open it up a little bit. Share with me, you guys. All right. You know, here we are in For Life. We know we've got a wonderful company, wonderful opportunity. You know, what are you doing to be a wave maker? Or raise your hand and tell me what a wave maker does compared to a wave catcher. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Come on, guys, get involved here. What's a wave maker? What's the difference between someone who makes the wave and someone who just catches the wave? Helena, let's start with you. I know that you're not shy about sharing your thoughts. What's the difference between a wave maker and a wave catcher?
Well, the wave catcher is just wait there to come. And the wave maker take action and make things happen.
That's true. A wave catcher just hangs around. You ever go on the ocean, you see people out there just waiting? They may sit there all day long and never even catch a wave. All right. Now, I feel sorry for those surfers because they can't make the wave. Okay. But the point is that you in this business, you don't want to just sit around and wait for somebody else to make the wave. Wait. And when I joined For Life, by the way, I knew I had to be a wave maker because my upline, most of them were all doctors. There was nobody really making a wave. But there was one actually who got started with me, Ray Muir. Ray Muir did. You know, he got involved and we started doing some calls. But I was out there. I tried doing infomercials. I went to Las Vegas with I met a guy named Basil Gold, signed him up. Remember the infomercials are on TV all the time? But this was like at 3:00 in the morning, nobody's watching it, you know, and we just went out, we talked about transfer factor. I got Dr. Robertson and Dr. Townsend. I was the one that created, I'm not bragging, but I had to make the wave somehow, make noise, get it out there, get the brand out there. That's great, Elena. Don't wait. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, Dave, me, Sonia. I just want to tell you, there's something that comes with participating in the game, right? You can play any sport you want. And if you stay long enough to learn the sport, you become so natural at it that you don't even have to think about the play. Your body just reacts to what's next, right? And that's kind of like in this business. As you're developing yourself, we're all at a different pace. So you can't compare yourself to Dave because Dave has been here a lot longer, right? And once you're there at the years that he's here, then yes, of course, you're going to compare in a sense because now you have so many years of experience, but then he'll still be ahead of you, right? So I just want to tell you guys, when you find yourself moving in a direction where you're developing the muscles of thinking clearly when you need to respond to a question that comes at you, when you're consistently trying to better yourself than the person you were yesterday, you're actually doing something. You're making waves. Maybe not at the speed as everybody else, but you are moving and progressively going in a direction. Now, Jillian here, right? We got Jillian on steroids. I love it because guess what? When she's creating those waves, we can come alongside and attach ourselves and also start learning by her actions how to make some waves. So I just want to make sure everybody knows, hey, we're all on this path together. We're all working real hard. I know we're all at different levels, but I love that every day is a new day and we get to make some new waves in different areas. So go out and make some waves, guys. And hey, don't be the spectator, right? Because I know I took a long time spectating too. I like to watch people play to see how I could play. And sometimes I play and I get hurt and I back up. But let's go back into the game and start learning what we need to do to get this done so we all can be together on those beaches of the world and we can all enjoy all these trips that are being given for free if we just do the work that it takes. Dave, I'm one kind of person, I wish I didn't have to go through the journey. That is so sometimes you could be a little bit scared to talk. You can be resistant because you don't have the discipline to do what you have to do daily to create that momentum. But just know that you're here, you're in the right place with the right people at the right time. Grab onto a coattail, copy, paste, whatever it takes, but start moving that needle in action so you can be that player that you want to be in this game. So I hope that helps, Dave. That's how I feel about it. I'm inspired by you. I totally love what you do for us, and I appreciate everything and all the time. Jillian, what you're doing for us right now is amazing. All these groups that you've created for us to be able to navigate our people to them and just engage every day. Wake up with that mindset. I am going to be that platinum.
There you go.
It's just a matter of time.
I want to say
Absolutely.
I want to say a difference in a wave catcher and a wave maker. Sometimes it takes somebody hits rock bottom before they come up and do a wave maker because they see the difference between the good and the bad. So they want to do what is more beneficial for them. And so they see that, so they want to strive for that. So I think that that is the difference between a wave maker and a wave catcher is that, you know, when somebody hits rock bottom, they may stay down and that's probably a wave watcher or wave
Gotcha.
catcher. And then a wave maker is, man, I see this. I'm not going to be that way. I'm going to get up. I'm going to keep on going.
Absolutely. That's very true. The difference between a wave maker, because if you think about it, you don't want just one wave. You've got to keep making waves. And that's what I've had to learn to do. You know, I've gone through different ups and downs with For Life. You guys, I lost an organization that was doing almost 1 million life points. Some of you know the history, some of you don't. They were doing 960 something thousand life points, and the line crumbled. How did it happen? The top leader got terminated because of stupidity, and it had to happen. It was really sad. These guys were making $50,000 a month of income doing stupid things, and it crashed. Now, I could have gone and hid my head in the sand and said, you know what? You know, okay, it's over. No, I kept going out and building. Jillian, I'll pass to you in just a second. I do want to say this, though. What Sonia was saying as well, and very well taken, Casey. Thank you very much for that. I love sports. All right. In fact, we watched the Padres game yesterday and the day before. My son's here. They always watch the Padre game. And baseball was my sport, but I love football. And I've even been at professional soccer games like in Brazil when I was down there. And there are spectators, just like in this business, people that just watch. They show up at every convention. They go to the rallies. They're on the calls and they spectate. I love them. They're wonderful. I'm not going to put any spectator down. They're great. They help fill the room. They fill the seats. That's wonderful. Then there's the cheerleaders. Okay. And that's why I say all the time, don't just be a cheerleader. They're the ones that are actually on a wave because they got things going on their downline. And they're like, go, go, go. Yeah, go, go, you guys go. I'm making money. I'm getting my daily pay. I'm getting my monthly pay. I got a couple $1,000s coming in. Go. You can be a cheerleader, and that's okay. It's like standing on the wave surfing and you're raising your hands in the air, telling everyone, let's go, let's go. That's great. Okay. Being a cheerleader is important as well, but don't just be a cheerleader. All right. Then there's the coach, the one that wants to tell everybody what to do, how to play the game, how to do it. All right. I see a lot of those. I can name a bunch of them right now. They're on YouTube. They want to tell everybody how to build the business. And you know what? I'm not saying they're bad, because they all have great concepts, ideas, and they could be motivating. But you know what inspires me the most? The one, like Sonia said, the one who's out on the field and they're playing. They're acting as the captain of the team. They're helping others. They're doing assists and they're making goals, or they're making the play. And after, they go in the locker room after and they're inspiring and they're keeping they're the cheerleader too, because they're like, let's go. They're motivating and I listened to a talk a while back from Messi on football, how he talks to his team. It's obvious the guy's a leader. The way that he inspires his people. So he's a cheerleader for them at the same time. He's a coach for them, right? He coaches them, but he's on the field playing the game. That's what I love about this business. When you're on the field playing the game, you gain a lot more respect. First of all, you're out doing it. And the beauty about it is there are, even like Sonia made the comment, I've been doing this for 26 years, so I'm always ahead. I'm not really always ahead though. I've got 4 platinum elites in my downline now. 4. One I sponsored, Jeff Gilbers. One on my 9th level, Ermino Nevadas. One on my 10th level, Juan Rosado. And one on my 16th level, Miguel Bermudez. Now, I'll get there. That's fine. I'm just going to keep making waves. It'll happen with the help of you guys. With the help of all of you, I will get to platinum elite too. See? But I don't try to paint that picture every day, but it's in my head. It's a goal of mine. So Jillian, I'll pass it to you now, and then we'll go over to Martin.
Okay. Yes, I just want to say, I want to say thank you for like Xenia and Casey. I just want to bring up that point that you mentioned about sometimes you almost have to wake up drowning to learn to breathe again. And so that's a great point that you pointed out. Sometimes we just have to have somebody reach, or even Well, I like to use the analogy of the life preserver. So we actually have a life preserver, so the whole imagery that we have with the wave makers, once you see the visuals that Maria has helped me come up with, the idea of a life preserver is going to help you not only regain health, but also wealth and time. And I know Anna Maria actually brought that in those three little breakdowns, and that was like an eye open for me. Yes, time is life, and we have a life preserver, but sometimes we have to be ready to receive the guidance and support of a company and a community that can help us get where we need to be. So don't ever hesitate to, when you see somebody surround you, to throw the life preserver to them. You have that in your hand, you have that in your gift. So that analogy, when we looked at it and we thought about the onboarding, the ship and the wave makers, we want to catch the wave, we want to ride the wave. I want to be on that cruise ship. I used to spend, like, Carol's on this call with me right now. Carol is like, I'd love for her to speak up too at some point. But Carol was the district sales manager and a business development manager for Avon Corporate. She's now a leadership coach, having had the background of John Maxwell. And she has a lot of history in teaching other people how to build their business. But what we did in the past is we helped others make money. We helped others build their business. And then, now it's time to think about what can we do? So we're reaching out for the life preserver to help us shine. And I want to say thank you to Xenia that's showing up today. Like, she just over the weekend signed up 4 people or maybe even 5 people at Fast Start program right away, because because she found their calling, she had a reason to share. And hopefully this is your life preserver, Xenia, is the community that we have. So never ever underestimate the power of somebody might needing that little hand, that life preserver thrown at them, so that they could actually shine. Sometimes we overlook it and we just rush past something. They don't need our help. They're okay. They're doing fine. Everybody's doing okay. They're fine. But it might just be a matter of just introducing them to a community to make them excel. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks. I know Martin's waiting.
Very true, Jillian. Look, culture is extremely important. And you know who is, I know, like Avon, they created a wonderful culture. But you know who else did? Mary Kay.
Yep.
And you look at how everyone just loved her, and just a great inspiration, and how many women, drove those pink cars, and some of them became financially independent, and some of them still. I mean, Mary Kay's huge in China. They're one of the very few network marketing companies that actually have a license in China. So anyhow, let's, Jillian, thank you so much for that. Let's kind of come close to wrapping it up here. We'll go to Martin. Martin, share with us what you've got going on, and maybe you got some thoughts as well on wave makers and wave catchers.
I appreciate that, Dave. Thank you, everybody. And yes, I wholeheartedly agree with what everyone has said. But Sonia mentioned something that I'd like to pick up on a little bit further. She used the word consistent. And the wave maker, if nothing else, is consistent. It's one thing to have a really good week, right? Or a really good month, or for that matter, a bad week or a bad month. The wave maker is not gonna react to the immediate moment, right? They're thinking a little bit more long term. If they had a good week, they'll sort of pat themselves on the back and get right back at it. If they had a bad week or bad month or whatever, they're not burying their head in shame. They continue to press forward. So that is, I think, a word that we can all apply in our businesses, in our lives. And I'm grateful for that point at that moment.
Thank you, Martin. Hey, Martin, when is the last voting day?
That is $1 million question. It's a very good question. So these folks, they're a little bit obscure about the process and some of the regulation of the competition. There's aspects of it, of the rules that they published to us, they've announced to us as contestants. And then there's aspects where we're kind of sort of, going along with it like everyone else. I know that it's gonna go until the first week of July. When exactly that last vote or that last round is gonna be, I'm not 100% sure. I think ultimately they want to give themselves more than enough room to be able to say, okay, this person did really well. They may or may not have come up short. Let's give them a little boost to move a little bit further. And JT and I were having a conversation about this. I think they want to be able to actively influence this process as much as possible. Yes, they want people to vote. They're obviously gonna honestly, count their votes, and the folks that did well, the folks that are winning rounds, they're gonna obviously move forward. But they also want to be able to say, okay, this person may have come up short, as I mentioned. Let's help them get a little bit further. So to your question, I'm not 100% sure. I just, however, do know that it's going until the first week of
First week of
July.
July, okay. For those of you that are new, that aren't familiar, Martin is in a contest. Is it Body Fit for Life or Body for Life?
It's no, it's Mr. Health and Fitness
Mr.
2024.
Health and Fitness. Okay, Mr. Health and Fitness. So if you all want to, in fact, JT, I'm sure you're on here. Throw the
JT
link.
wasn't able to get in while we locked it.
Hey, Martin, do you want to throw the voting link on there real quick? And
Absolutely, yes, sir. Give
Martin,
me one
Martin will
moment.
put the link on there for those who want to vote for him for Health and Fitness. It's a contest going on, national contest. And if you want to put it in your Facebook, the link, I'm going to do the same. I meant to do it last week, and I apologize. I need to get on that and get it on today. Get it
No
in there.
worries.
And
I think that the reason I wanted Martin in the Mentor Monday is because we did this for the North America team, and a lot of the people that are in this meeting, mostly our Kenyan friends, or maybe new people that came today, are, because if you're in the chat, you know who Martin is. But if you're not, it's very important that you know that yes, he is part of For Life. We want to show him our support. He has tried some products that at this point are not aligning with his what he's taking, but he is waiting for some other products. And what we want, just as we did with Dr. Rani, is that if we have, I want to think of, can you imagine if we have one of our influencers in this great magazine? So let's show him our support, because it actually will align very well for us. So it's not only about, oh yeah, Martin is nice, it's a win-win. It's in that win factor. What's in it for me? If we vote for Martin, we're all going to benefit, because he's already in For Life. He's chosen For Life. He's a very educated man. He's a teacher, and he's reading on everything about transfer factors. So for us to support Martin, it will come back to us because he is getting knowledgeable about transfer factor, what he can take with his diet. Those that have seen his professional pictures, his body is incredible. I posted a picture of him. And what is your percentage of fat right now, Martin? Very lean, right? Very lean.
I'm usually at around 7%.
7%, which Dave knows that's quite a task.
Yeah.
But
I've seen, I'm sorry to interrupt. I've seen Dave's photo on his WhatsApp. The dude is pretty lean. He's pretty jacked.
not as much now, but I'm working on it again.
Martin, I want you to deliver the message that you delivered when we were on our talk on Saturday, which is, what is your focus? Like, why do you want to help man? I want you to tell people why you do what you do.
Oh, thank you, Claudia. So there's two items that primarily motivate me. Number one is this current trend that we're on as a culture, as a fitness culture specifically, this push towards getting guys larger, more size, more mass, right? This idea that the larger you are, the more aesthetic, maybe the better you are all around. And it goes against the science, it goes against, aesthetics. That's not it. And many guys, and these are guys that I speak with regularly, part of their motivation for working out is to appeal to the opposite sex, to get more girls, to get women. And the more rotund look is not what women find appealing. You know, women like the Brad Pitt physique in Fight Club, the Will Smith physique in I Am Legend. So one of my motivations is to get guys away from the Mr. Olympia physique and more towards the functional, everyday kind of guy physique. And in these past couple of years, we're hearing stories about more young people. And as a father of a teen and a school teacher, this is something that guess is pretty hits pretty close to home. More young people, young men specifically, are hopping on gear to try to emulate this look that they think is the end all be all, when in fact nothing can be further from the truth. So I want to move the conversation further away from that and more towards the slimmer look. That's one aspect of it. The second, in no particular order though, but the second motivation is that a lot of older adults, men specifically, I'm a coach, as Claudia mentioned, and what I often hear is that, well, I'd love to work out, but I'm just too busy, you know? And it's almost as if they're saying to me, or themselves for that matter, that their 9 to 5 or whatever their adult obligations are somehow more important, or is somehow more important than being healthy, living a life of a healthier version of themselves. So I want to create, you know, a system where people can understand that it's not a mutually exclusive choice. Okay, there can be busy adults and pursue the responsibilities that they typically are involved with, but also pursue an active lifestyle, pursue being healthy, and those type of things.
Yeah, it all comes down to time management too. You know, I completely understand what you're saying. I've got 5 kids, and you know, raising them, working this business, trying to keep myself, you know, healthy, working out, training, whatever, you know. But it could be simple as just getting up 30 minutes earlier and just walking around the block. Get your 30-minute walk in, you know.
Yeah, that's a big part. You're 1000% correct. That's a big part of what we do in the program. I look for spaces and opportunities in their schedule, and I fit something that they're able to do. This can mean for the busiest, the absolute busiest of person, park your car several blocks away and walk the rest of the way in, right? Let's say you're going to a shopping mall. Give yourself the opportunity to walk. Instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs,
I
right?
get a kick out of people. You walk into a parking lot, everyone's driving around looking for the closest stall to the door. When one that's
Yes.
further away, they're always open. I go to the furthest one away, or if it's a parking garage, I'll go to the very top because on the roof, there's always space. And then I'll walk the stairs. You know,
And,
I
and,
save
and,
time.
and that is why you have the physique you do. It's not an accident. It's not an accident, you know? So yeah.
Anyhow, crazy, crazy. Well, thank you, everyone. Martin, thank you very much. Everybody, thank you for participating today. You know, Mentor Monday. Again, every Monday we get together, do this. Let's make it fun. You know, we've got today, the rest of the week. Make the calls, meet the people, you know, present the plan. You'd be amazed how many people out there are waiting for opportunity. All right, looking for something to enhance their lives, whether it's through our products, opportunity, or both. Love you guys. Thank you again. So Claudia, Jan Michael, thank you. And everyone who participated and those of you that have listened in. Who do I go back to?
Yeah, no, it's fine. You can go back to me. Just a quick reminder, tonight is Real Talk. And again, Real Talk has been growing a lot as well. If you haven't had a chance to check out the Real Talk, it is a great opportunity to bring your guests. We don't talk about for life directly, but the way that now it's a TV show. It's really good. And now we're posting a commercial, and in that commercial, somebody tells a testimonial. So we can invite a lot of people. They're not going to feel that we're recruiting them. They're not going to feel that, but it's a great topic. We have, you know, several of our For Life people in there. They're not talking about for life or transfer factor, but there is a commercial break. Anna's going to be there next week. Today is another of our for life people, and they'll talk about their favorite product with their favorite testimonial. So bring your guests. We need more people, more eyes. Martin will be one of the speakers very soon. So send your people to Real Talk. It is a very good funnel that Jillian, our genius Jillian, has created for everybody. It's not for our team, it's for everybody. So bring people to Real Talk tonight. Link is on the calendar.
Can I just reiterate on that? Like tonight's topic is actually a really there's going to be a couple of different speakers tonight. We have Sheila Krishna. She's actually sharing her very emotional story for the first time about childhood sexual abuse. So it's sometimes a very controversial topics, but they're topics that need to be talked about. And Dr. Ronnie is going to be on there, but just so you know, she has a special guest speaker, Dr. Anika Hurwitz. She's another doctor that's from Martha's Vineyard, very an elite psychotherapist, and she's also the president of Coaching Women Leaders. So remember, this actually brings out an opportunity market to expose people to For Life. So we're going to have, within their connections, they're going to be exposed to For Life as a business, as an opportunity, as a health support system. So when we talk about what Claudia says, this is not just about, I'm going to just be on there and be a testimonial. It's about the reach that we're going to have. And then the conversation is going to go directly to For Life as an option to support health advocacy. Does that make sense, everybody? So I just want you to think about the bigger picture of why we do these talks. So tonight's going to be very powerful. On Wednesday, there's another powerful show with Dr. Ronnie, which is on Undercover, but we are preparing that to get, we do actually now have a team of volunteers to help us with editing. So we're going to start sharing those videos eventually on Rumble and Odyssey. So stay tuned for that. But Dr. Tarani's show on Wednesday is about food chaos. So that'll be an interesting discussion too. Okay, thanks everybody.
Sounds interesting.
Yes, it's a creative way. And again, just to finish up, I know that everybody here is an English speaker. And what was happening or keeps happening is that we don't want to see and we don't want to be that network marketing company that is trying to just talk to people about network marketing and that's it. And it is a great business. It is a great industry, but we're much more than that. We're bringing the health aspect. We care. We are community. We're not just bringing the regular, this is so with Jillian's experience, bringing it out of the box is the way that a lot of the people that are here, Xenia, Carol, the people that were able to come in before the closing, were the ones that attached to that concept, which is like, I could join any network marketing company and I could join many of my friends that are in network marketing. But wow, Jillian, what a great aspect. You're doing something different. I'm part of a bigger picture. And this is why we ask you to be open-minded about what we're creating for that English market. And we're able to finally break North America and the English market around the world. And so it's getting exciting. It's getting exciting. So don't miss it.
Claudia, can I say something?
Of course.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, guys, that every Monday we have a business opportunity meeting in Palmdale, California. And today we have a Dr. Santos Ortiz. He's been like 15 years on For Life. So it's going to be about a conference on health. That's in Spanish all the time. So you have anyone in the area, I will put it in the chat. And then I'm always there on Mondays, so evenings, and I will be glad to help you. If you have a guest, you can send it over, ask for me, and I will be glad to help you, okay?
Any bilingual guest in California, talk to Helena. Yeah. Very good, very good. Yeah.
And we should start soon on the weekdays, on the mornings in Pasadena too, to have at least every 15 days. So I'm starting a new one in Spanish, so I'll let you know. So in case you have some.
Dr. Gina, just to close, what is our topic for tomorrow? Or Bansi, if you have that topic for tomorrow for Health Talk, Dr. Gina is also doing a fantastic job. If for those of you that are fairly new or haven't been in Dr. Gina's talk, he really educates, during the 40 minutes of his talk, he's educating on a topic And then for a few minutes, he'll like go like, these are the supplements that, you know, we could take. But so again, a great funnel for people to learn about DUIs and Alzheimer's and just about anything. Every week he has so much to teach, and then a little bit of supplements. So again, nothing invasive, nothing that feels that you're selling to that person. So everything is in Time for Life, by the way, and Dave's new Facebook group. So again, bring your guests. We need to move. Let's open those mouths and bring guests, people. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dave, Jillian, Martin, and everybody, Lena that participated. Senia, I'm glad you made it. And Carol, everybody else, thank you so much for being here. Anita, thank you so much for being the eagle eye of this meeting today. And Marcus, thank you, everybody. Let's open those mics and say hi to Dave and everybody and to each other. Woohoo!
Thank you, everyone. Keep
Thank
going.
you, everyone.
Keep growing.
Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Let's
Thank
make
you.
a
Thank you.
way.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you.
Waymaker.
Thank you.
Finish the month strong. Finish the week strong
Thank
and the
you.
month strong.
Yes.
Waymakers, let's go.
See you next
Woo!
Monday.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.